Imagine, you're a school kid in 2008. You're saving your mom's money for lunch. You can't wait to school day to end to go GameStop and buy some games. And you see this. Looks cool, isn't it? You think. It's got Wolverine, Venom, and the black suit. So you're buying the disc and happily go to the next bus home. Sitting in the bus, you remember a recent Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, and you really like it. You flip the disc and see a sign. How far will you go to save New York? Oh, this is gonna be so cool. 18 years later, with the mass distribution of the internet, you find out that the people actually don't like this game so much, like you did in your teenage years. And you start wondering, could be my memories about this game being so good also be so false? Spoiler, yes. Today we talk about Spider-Man Web of Shadows, the game of my childhood. Let's roll. 2007, a year of innovations in gaming, culture and other things. The Orange Box, Mass Effect, Halo 3, Portal, and in the same year Sam Raimi releasing his last, for moment of recording this video, movie about Spider-Man. It got mixed reviews, but about this in some other time. An interesting fact is that there was a game who was sold as a merchandise along with the film, Spider-Man 3 the game. That's the original title, huh? So look at this. If you're gonna use some of your brain powers, you can actually notice that these two games looks kinda similar. And Web of Shadows came out after 1 year after Spider-Man 3 the game, and they have same developer in the face of Treyarch. And there is some files in Spider-Man 3 the game that prove, okay, I think you got my point. They just take it already prepared engine, make some modifications on it, and then created another game. And you know what? The graphics actually looks much cooler than Spider-Man 3 because of the comic style. You know, today devs are still using this kind of comics art graphics, and I think this was actually a good decision. Sometimes when you are running some old games and you see the old graphics or texture and the only thing you want to do is log into your Genshin account, touch the grass and never make the same mistake again. But in this game graphics didn't get old enough because of this graphic style. So not today's Genshin, and I emphasize that we are talking about graphics, not technical problems. Because NPC Ghosts and Empty as My Head City never was making a good effect on me. The next thing we needed to know is that the fight system in this game is actually an anime, and I'm not even joking.
Venom, get ready for a world of pain.
I got this!
I don't want to say that it's a bad thing or something like that. Anime is the creation of manga, and a manga is some kind of Japanese comics book. You get that? And I think it's really look cool, even if it's sometimes not usable at all. Plus to the anime style, we also can make some ultimates, and our moving and fight mechanics is different besides of the suit we're having for now. And yeah, you can swap the suits just by pressing one button. The red suit is have more agility and restoring more HP by the time, but the black one is have stronger combos of punches and restoring his HP by punching enemies. We can fight on the walls, in the air, and all of that with the mechanics I resumed previously. Also they made one mechanic where you can just press one button and kick the ass of your enemies. And this thing is actually usable. I think they made it because the main fight system was not so functional. You just can't complete some mission without using it, and it's fine, just press C in the right timing, okay? But also there is some why added the ability to call heroes and villains to help you in the battle. Again, it looks cool, every hero and the villain have their own abilities, but where should I use it? Every time I was beating the game I just wasted my ultimate bar to strong punches, it's more effective, you know. Now we should talk about the main story and, you know, it exists?
Oh, talk, Cage. Every hero I ever met just used me for a punching bag.
We had a deal.
I gotta do what I gotta do. With or without me, my crew is taking down the Sevens.
I said no guns.
I mean, it's not a lot we can say about it. There's the bad guys who wanna make bad things, there's the good guys who wanna make good things, and we should making the choices being bad, black suit, or good, red suit. And with making bad things, like not saving civilians and throwing cars by your wish, we're getting black points. And with making good things, saving civilians and not throwing the cars, you're getting the red points. There are 4 different endings depending on what choices you made and how many points you have in one or another way. 2 bad and 2 good. But this was only the flowers, now start with the real story. Everything starting with the meme scene you probably saw in some memes or something like that. And it's actually cool, make dramatic tone of the game. By the going of story, we're beating bad guys, making some Spider-Man stuff, arguing with the MJ having the black suit, you know, typical Spider-Man life. In the second half of the game, the city turns in some kind of zombie apocalypse setting where Venom takes control of the city. We starting war with the SHIELD to save civilians and the entire city from Venom hands. Then we again beating the bad guys, and even good one, with their own symbiotic form. I'm actually like this idea too. You know, bunch you can face villains with some kind of mental issues and existential crisis not so bad, even if the main character have them too. The game actually has extra quests, and you know, it's not a good thing. There is just a sign below the screen that says do this thing X time in a row, and then they give you XP for making upgrades into your fight system. You also can pick up some spider badges, who if you collect enough, give you a new level up. If you ask me what the level thing give to you, I'll say I don't know. Because I believe that the upgrade thing you can unlock even without this level thing and just by completing the game missions. Some kind of Assassin's Creed reference, I suppose. One of the good things this game actually made was a pretty good character design. I mean, look. All characters that I remembering have bright colors, and the black cat, she... Ooh. Okay, better for example. For example, let's take Vulture. He have wings that work also like a weapon, it's just a bunch of swords that magnets to his body, and you know, he can throw them at you. Also we're using his sword in QTE against himself. Oh, QTE, I almost forgot. The game actually have quick time event, the thing where you need to press button in the right time to not screw up. And you know, if you played Spider-Man 3, you probably know that screwing up is sometimes a lot funner than just completing the thing.
Gotcha.
But if we talk exactly about those QTEs, they looks actually good. I mean, not exactly good like in Spider-Man 3, but making good staging scenes a lot easier when you have Sony producers around who can give you extra material from the films. Like cutted footage from film where Spider-Man made the entire weapon fly away. But flying in this game is not the same. Flying across the city feels more like a Superman thing, because you actually can control the physics itself with your own web. You can just, you know, forever speed up and do circles on the same web, and I mean literally forever. The web also catches the sky and not buildings, which is not great. When you're flying across the city it feels a little bit empty, there's just not so much civilians, and when they're appearing they look stupid. They show some reaction to you and even get scared when they see the black suit, but it's not enough. You know, if you put 2 footages from this game with Symbiote City and Normal City, they both look pretty dead to me. The only thing that compensates this kind of city is the music. So sometimes music plays and sometimes Spider-Man just breathing because he's tired. Anyway, there's a soundtrack to this game. And the only reason why I'm putting this segment is to say that the composer of Web of Shadows is Jamie Christopherson, the guy who made music for Metal Gear Rising.
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't spread over every egg.
Nice fact. Okay, besides jokes, the soundtrack is pretty middle, besides the boss fight theme and the main theme of the game. I don't think there's anything noticeable. Oh, there is also Moonlight Sonata, but I am not sure that Beethoven made this music specially for Web of Shadows. And don't miss the fact that Sonata plays only in the beginning, but there's also the final. The game final boss, surprise surprise, is a Venom. But how this fight is happening is curious. Spidey getting on the SHIELD ship and setting some explosive to drop the ship and symbiotes who attacked him. And then there appears a fucking Godzilla with the Venom face. I mean 5 faces. And we just start fighting with this entire thing. After beating most of his Hydra heads, Spider-Man understands that he can't beat him just with fists, and has an idea using the old technique that was used by our old ancestors. Rage bait.
Brock! Eddie! Eddie, I want to talk to you, the real Venom!
He says that Brock can fight fair, asking to remove this big black Godzilla symbiote, and saying that he was touching his mom. Okay, maybe the last one he wasn't saying. Then Venom says to Parker that he actually can't stop and this thing is just controlling him.
Parker, I'm going to.
What? Destroy every innocent life on Earth?
I can't stop it.
Besides the choices you made, you can kill Venom with your hands, or try to save him, and then he goes into a helicopter thing.
That's right. My flesh, my mind, my heart. Time to die like a man.
The entire ship just blows and goes underwater. Wow, that's absolute cinema. So this was a buggy, anime, sometimes epic game experience that was even better at the time he came out. After all these years I can say the game is middle. It's not great, it's never gonna be in IMDb top game list, but it's not needed. It was a cool game to play in 2008, and I'm happy that I have this opportunity, and if we talk about new players these days that wanna play it, don't play it. Or play, but just remembering that this is kinda old, poor game from the studio that closed after releasing this game. That's all.